Alrighty, here we are on North in the USS Baltimore, American heavy cruiser, and here is kind of my tutorial on how to play it, which I guess for Respawn 79 that would not be the most helpful since you don't have the ship, but it was a good game nonetheless. But you can take some things that I did and use that for your cruiser gameplay, especially Russian cruisers, because I don't use islands, and you can't really use islands in Russian cruisers. So when you start out on the match, you got to figure out what are you going to do. Are you going to go to an island, which you really can't in a Russian cruiser because the shell velocity is so fast that they don't fly very high in the air. They can't lob islands. So you got to either go to an island or kind of be ready to kite. And so I decided to kind of go for a kiting strategy that ends up just me being really aggressive because I see that it's a possibility, and it ends up working out. So if I were to have done a true kite, I would have turned left like I am right now and then started just kiting left and away and just using my agility to my advantage, dodging shells and just being ready to just use my guns as much as I can and hope I can get some damage. Okay, and that's usually what you're going to want to do in a Russian cruiser. And the thing is, because they have such good Russian velocity ballistics, it's very easy to hit your shells. Okay, so yeah, here we have this battleship. It's only 11 kilometers away. We should be scared, but we're not. We're going to start being very aggressive because we know we have the help of this battleship behind us. And you really can't do what I'm doing right here with a lot of cruisers. This one is just, the reason why it's a good cruiser is because it is just so survivable and it has good armor, and it can bully battleships if you angle correctly. Now, I'm not really sure the Izumo is necessarily a cruiser or a battleship that you really could do that with because of the size of its guns. I think it overmatches me, as in it could just sit it on me right through the bow of my stern. But I'm not really too worried about that. I'm angling. I don't really think the guy's the best player, so I'm just kind of being really aggressive. And then now I'm just getting this D7, just trying to get him out of the game. I mean, he's not in a great position. That's why I didn't want to go for the island, because I feel like it's never a great position to go take up on that island. And yeah, so we're just gonna be aggressive here, try and take these guys out, and it will result in a lot of our health being taken, but it will end up working out. Now, another reason why the Balty is just a good heavy cruiser is because of its guns. They are extremely good. I mean, like, they have slow velocity, yes, but it's 203 millimeter guns, and they just destroy other cruisers. They're like this D7. Even though we're going to be low health when we really start fighting him face to face, he just has no chance because, I mean, he's just not armored. He has small guns. He doesn't really have any chance. So yeah. Now, I really wish this Izumo was killed faster than it was. Probably would have saved both of us. Sadly, this battleship will not survive. I'm kind of confused on how he did die so fast. And I'm also confused on how he did not kill the Izumo. I'm pretty sure I ended up killing him, so yeah. But now, I mean, even though here's what I'm talking about. Even though this Provincian 7 provinces is not broadside to us, we're still getting plenty of penetrations because these guns are so good and his armor is not very good. And we're just kind of disrespecting him. The D7 is just, it drops airdrops. It's not a gun platform. It's not a good gun platform. It doesn't have good armor. We should win this as long as, I think he has torpedoes. As long as we don't let him use them, we'll be fine. Now, here we kind of giving him too much angle, but it's gonna end up working out. His AP's not very good, and ours is. Now, we probably could have possibly finished him off faster if we used HE, but I'm really hesitant to use HE in American cruisers because the AP is just so good. Should have just been aiming superstructure like that. Now we will switch to HE for the last one. There's kind of no point. But, you know. Now, we've essentially, by doing this, we've essentially just taken out everybody on our flank. And thankfully, our team in the middle flank did their job and successfully took down their flank. Because, like, if this Iowa, he started shooting at me, and this could have been really not good, but thankfully, the team focusing him, I was able to keep gunning him down. If I was outside of my detection range, I would just go dark and leave. Because there's no way I win this fight against an Iowa. So this is because my bow and stern are 28 millimeters. Okay, 28 millimeters of armor. This means that 15-inch guns and below cannot overmatch and citadel me through the bow. But Iowa has 16-inch guns. That is a big deal. With you got to know what your enemies are and what they can do to you. So we've cleaned up this flank, done our part, done 85,000 damage, and shot down a bunch of planes. We're about to get this cap. We've essentially done our job. Not much more we can do with our health, and we are going to get rewarded for it in the ending screen, as this will be my best experience XP game in the Baltimore. Not my best damage game, I think, but not too shabby for a cruiser. If you can do 1.5 times your health in damage, so for me it'd be 60,000 damage, I'm doing my job, essentially. And we did more than that already. So now I'm noticing we're up 460 to 180 in points. In terms of points, we have all the we have more caps than them. They don't have any, and we have more kills than them. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be aggressive. I'm not going to push in. There's no point in me dying. If my team fumbles and they all die, we can still win this if I just stay alive. So you have to be thinking about that. You know, I'm much more valuable to my team alive than dead, even if I don't shoot my guns at all. And I kind of won't for like the rest of the match, sadly. And it's kind of boring, and I will fast forward through it. Here, hopefully I wanted to get some more XP, kill this Mauled, but here's the really slow velocity and trajectory, high trajectory on my guns. No chance of getting him at 15 kilometers. He could have turned like an inch, and it would have completely missed. Yeah. So here is a perfect example of a Russian. It's one of the best Russian cruisers in the game, I think. But like, I decided to not shoot anymore because I knew that this guy could kill me easily. The Petropavlovsk, it has exactly what I've been talking about with Russian cruisers. It has fast velocity shells, and it gets very easy to aim for me. All he has to do is shoot one salvo of HE at me, and I die. And like I said, no point in me being dead, especially when me just living could win us the game. So yeah, for the rest of the game, we're literally just going to kite away from him. We have the points lead. We have the caps. Even if this guy takes this cap, there's nothing he can really do as long as our team stays alive. And they're going to do a decent job of that and not sell the game. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to start fast forwarding from now on. And yeah. Okay, so it's the end of the game. There's no possible way we can lose unless both of us on my team die, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna try and get some extra damage. Even if I die, we win this. The aircraft carrier could not possibly die. It's kind of cheeky and dumb. I just got a little bit extra damage, and he does end up killing me. And this is what I'm talking about with his very fast shells. They get so quick. They get here so quick. I was thinking maybe he won't be able to get over to me fast enough, and then, like I said, one salvo. That's all he's got to do. And he kills me, but we get nearly 100,000 damage. Win the game. Dying doesn't really affect the XP. And we have a good game. 99k damage, 3,000 base XP. It's my best in the Baltimore so far.